Once more, back to the video. Now we are looking at DDL versus DML. By the way, my name is Ugochukwu Nwosu, aka Ugo the Analyst. Please try to subscribe, like, and share this page as you learn. So we'll start by saying what is DDL. DDL stands for Data Definition Language, and DML stands for manipulation language. Data manipulation language. So we looked at several things, and we said that data definition language, are those language that actually work with the structure of the data. For example, the DDL I'm going to discuss today, commands. The DDL commands I'm going to discuss today will be commands I'm going to discuss today will be description. Description. This allows you to see the description, or you write DSC, describe. Okay, description. Um, we're going to look at truncate. We're going to look at truncate. Truncate. We're going to look at truncate and so on. While okay, also we've used create as part of the DDL command. We're going to look at alter. Alter. All right. Now you can either in alter you can either add or what? Drop. Okay. And before we can now, we've been using so many data manipulation language. We're using so many data manipulation language, like the inserts, values, and so on. But let's look at this. We have been using data manipulation language. For the sake of this class, let me just state the data manipulation commands we've used so far. But we're going to be looking at since we've used them, but this time we're going to be looking at the DDL commands. Okay, I said it's a good convention to write the codes, the actual commands in capital letters in uppercase. So we have create. Oh, sorry, I'm so sorry. In create should be is a data create and is a data definition language. And DDM, okay, we've done insert. We've looked at insert. In the next video, we're going to look at updates and delete delete. So now let's quickly dive into description. Let's quickly dive into description. Now we'll open our my SQL uh, workspace. Now, okay, we should have this. Good. Because we're just trying to use this, so we have to say use data use data analysts. Good. To be sure, always make sure we look at this part to see what happens. Use data analysts. Now zero affect, that means it is we are now in nothing happened to the database, but we just want to see how the if because we have several databases in this system and you just want to use this. But if you want to see all the databases, like I said earlier, you can use the keyword show databases. Show databases. This is going to show all databases. Like I said earlier, it's going to show all databases. Let's hold on. Now, you see this is back here. So we can go back and be sure by saying use data analyst. Analyst. Good. So let's just repeat this. Yeah. You can see all codes are now well affected. Sorry for the last video, I will find it difficult to use the update, but right now I've discovered that some plugins were not functioning properly. So right now, let's quickly dive into the description. Now, when you say description, we are looking at the structure of that table. For example, we want to look at the tables, even the the database itself. You can also look for its description, but there's no need for it. So it's the tables in it you want to see the structures. So let's say you can either write describe DSC or you put it in full, like what you can see in the IntelliSense, describe students, which is part of our database table, and you see what happens. Good. Shows you that the student ID int is a primary key auto increment. You can see this is a data definition command. It helps you to see the structures. An example again, you can also change it to DSC because that's another way of calling it. Let's use courses this time. Mind if you're joining this video, it's better you start the video from beginning because in this database we created three tables. Database called Data Analyst. We created three tables, which is the staff table, the courses table, and finally we created the student table. We use the courses table and the student table as a link between each other when we're discussing primary key and foreign key and other words. Okay, so remind you we use so many constraints when working on those tables. For example, not know, we use not know, we used unique, we use primary key, we use foreign key references, and so on. So let's look at this. What happens when we run this? The same thing, that the course ID structure comes out. So we can also um, okay, you know what? Let me quickly create a table, then drop it. Let me quickly create a table. Let's say create, create. It's just a little table. Create sample, sample. We are going to drop it just for us to just for the sake of this learning. Say sample ID int, not no. Um, sorry, sample title var char, let's say 30, and that's let's just create this, and okay, let's add something. Sample, sample, sorry, let's look for something int, sample size. Okay, int, not no, then we close this and we end this. Okay, trying to create this table. Let's see what happens. All right, okay, something is wrong somewhere. Oh, we did not use the word create table. We are meant to use table here. Oh, like I told you earlier, you have to be careful when typing SQL to work. It's going to work now. Voila. Come on, run faster, run faster. Yes, zero affected. So this table is on. But let's quickly insert values into the table. We are just trying to recap somehow. So we say insert into sample. I said the first one was sample ID, comma, sample title, comma, then sample. Okay, to be sure, I just have to cut this and say select all. Sometimes I can be rusty with these things from sample. Okay, I just want to see the fields I created. Good, and sample size. Okay, and size. Okay, and comma sample size. Size. Then we insert value into it and say values We say what the sample ID is 001. Sample title is overing, whatever that is, and sample size is 12. Okay, something I didn't say the last time. We can just do this and column, copy this entire copy, copy, then paste it, paste it, but change the this to Mecca, Mecca trot, whatever that is. Sample 13. Good. So we just quickly just insert this into just these two values. Something went wrong somewhere. Okay. Okay. So now we have this. But let's say we want to drop this table. Of course, when we say describe sample, which is part of the DML code, and we run this, shows us this, right? Good. But we just want to do what? Drop this table. But before we drop, let's use this table to do some other things we said earlier. Let's assume we want to alter this table. We want to alter this table and we want to put something different in it. For example, we want to modify the the column name, or let's say we want to add a new column. Let's say we want to add a new column to this. We can use alter. We said alter table sample, alter table sample, add add location, then you now put varchar, same way 30, and you end it this way. Let's run and see what happens. Wow, what is zero affected? So if we try to see the description of this table, you get to see that with a new describe sample, a new uh, field has been created called location. You can see that now. Wow, you see that? So we can use alter to do that. Also, we can drop this location and drop it. The same way we use alter table sample, then drop drop location, drop column. You have to put discuss a column. Drop column. Good. Location. Good. Let's see what happens. Voila. Good. It's telling you zero warning. And okay, let's try and describe this. All codes we are using so far is the DDL codes sample. You will notice that location will no longer be there. I can see location is no longer there. All right. And several things. Okay. We can also, I said we can truncate this table. Truncate is just like deleting it, dropping the table. Now, to do that, you just say that's the last we'll do today. Now, truncate sample, truncate sample, and we'll run this. Good. Zero. That is to say we don't have this in our database. Like now, I want to describe database data analyst. I want to describe database data analyst, and we do this. You get, oh sorry, describe okay, show database, sorry, should be show database data analyst. Okay, good. Show databases, show databases. Good. And you see sample will no longer be there. You can see sample is not there. So please, for today, you've learned the following. I want you to like, subscribe, and share my page. Till we see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.